Our story begins in a quiet coastal town, where 17-year-old Joy lives with his parents and younger sister. Joy is everything you'd expect from a model student: top grades, well-behaved, and heading toward a bright future. His father Norman runs a successful business, while his mother Miriam once dreamed of being a photographer. One peaceful afternoon, while his family explores the local market, Joy decides to take his scooter for a ride to the beach. The ocean stretches endlessly before him, waves gently lapping at the shore. But it's not the scenery that captures his attention. There, emerging from the water like something from a dream, is a woman in her late 30s. Her name is Rose, and she's changing out of her wet swimming clothes, completely unaware that she's being watched. Joy feels something he's never experienced before. She notices the young man standing there, and instead of covering up or running away, she does something unexpected. She looks directly at him, and with a calm confidence that both thrills and terrifies Joy. She continues changing, even opening her towel wider. And he rushes away on his scooter, his mind racing with emotions he can't quite understand. The very next day, while shopping with his family, Joy spots Rose again. This time she's at a local sandal shop, trying on shoes. His heart skips a beat as he watches her tuck her old sandals into her bag and leave. Without thinking, he begins following her through the streets, his curiosity overriding his common sense. Rose leads him to a small hotel where she's staying. Joy finds himself standing outside her door. When Rose opens the door, she recognizes him immediately from the beach. Joy tries to make an excuse, claiming he's at the wrong room, but Rose sees right through his nervous lie. Instead of turning him away, Rose gently invites him inside. She can tell he's just a student, and despite their significant age difference, something draws them together. The air in the room feels electric, charged with possibility and danger. Rose begins to undress, her movements slow and deliberate, but Joy becomes overwhelmed by the intensity of the moment. Fear takes over, and once again, he runs away, leaving Rose standing there in her hotel room. His mind keeps replaying every detail of their encounter. The next day, he returns to the hotel, hoping to see Rose again, but she's already checked out. Desperate to find her, he lies to the hotel staff, claiming to be Rose's relative to get her contact information. The receptionist gives him her address, and Joy realizes he now has a way to find her. Joy discovers that Rose works as a mail carrier for the postal service. He begins following her during her daily rounds, watching from a distance as she delivers letters throughout the town. His obsession grows stronger each day, and he starts leaving small gifts on her bicycle, flowers and fruits that he hopes will make her smile. Rose notices these anonymous gifts, but she has no idea who's leaving them. When she finally confronts Joy about following her, he tries to lie, claiming he was just passing by. But Rose is too smart for his clumsy deception. She tells him firmly to stay away from her and leave her alone. Her rejection stings, but Joy can't give up. That evening, he waits outside her house, desperate to make some kind of connection. Rose comes out to confront him, and this time, she's completely honest. She tells him she has a lover named Will who's away on business, and she's much older than Joy. Any kind of relationship between them is impossible. As Rose turns to go back inside, Joy stumbles and falls, injuring his hand. The sight of blood immediately softens Rose's heart. She can't just leave him hurt and bleeding, so she brings him into her house to tend to his wound. As she carefully bandages his hand, they begin to talk more openly. Joy asks about Will, and Rose admits that he's been gone for work and will return soon. She explains that she was staying at the hotel because there was construction work being done at her house. Joy, feeling braver now, tells her that he was scared at the hotel, but today he won't run away. Rose leads him to her bedroom, and for the first time, Joy doesn't flee. Rose has been lonely for so long, craving intimacy and connection, but when things begin to heat up between them, Joy's inexperience shows. He climaxes prematurely, leaving both of them feeling awkward and unsatisfied. Rose gently asks him to leave, but as he's walking away, Joy turns back and asks if he can return. Rose doesn't answer, leaving him hanging in uncertainty. The next day follows the same pattern. Joy attends school, but his mind is elsewhere. After classes, he picks up a bottle of alcohol and makes his way to Rose's house. This time, he's determined to prove himself. Inside, they talk about their lives. Joy tells her about his father's business success and his mother's abandoned photography dreams. The conversation flows naturally, and when things turn intimate again, Joy is ready. This time, he takes his time, reading Rose's signals and responding to her needs. He doesn't rush or panic. Instead, he focuses entirely on her pleasure. And for the first time, Rose experiences the satisfaction she's been craving. She's not just happy, she's glowing with fulfillment. Joy starts skipping school regularly to spend time with Rose. They explore the town together, take pictures of each other, and lose themselves in passionate moments. Joy even takes Rose to a remote farmhouse owned by his father, where they can be completely alone, without fear of discovery. But secrets have a way of revealing themselves. Back at home, Miriam is cleaning Joy's room when she finds his phone. She scrolls through his photos and discovers images of Rose, realizing immediately that her son is involved with a much older woman. Meanwhile, Rose's relationship with Will becomes increasingly strained. When he returns from his business trip, he grows suspicious of Rose's behavior. The neighbors have been talking, telling him about a young boy who visits Rose regularly. When Will confronts her, Rose tries to deflect, but his anger explodes. In his rage, he smashes bottles around the house, and a piece of glass cuts Rose's face. Seeing her injured, Will's anger immediately turns to regret. He tends to her wound and gives her medicine, but the damage is done. Rose finally admits the truth. Yes, a boy has been visiting her, and she's made a terrible mistake. Will is devastated, but finds it in his heart to forgive her. At the same time, Miriam confronts Joy about Rose. When he tries to lie, claiming Rose is just a friend, Miriam presses him for details. Joy reluctantly reveals that Rose works at the postal department. Miriam shares this information with Norman, expressing her fears that their son is being corrupted by an older woman, and that his future is at risk. The next day, Miriam visits Rose at her workplace. She pleads with Rose to stay away from Joy, explaining that his final exams are approaching, and their relationship is destroying his academic future. She wants Joy to focus on his studies and succeed in life, not throw everything away for an inappropriate romance. Rose knows that Miriam is right. The following day, she goes to Joy's school to break the devastating news. She's going to marry Will. She hopes that hearing this will help Joy forget about her and concentrate on his exams. But the thought of Rose marrying someone else drives Joy to the edge of madness. When his crucial final exams begin, Joy disappears completely. He doesn't return home, leaving his parents frantic with worry. This exam is critical. If he misses it, his entire academic year will be wasted, and his future will be in jeopardy. Meanwhile, Rose's wedding day arrives. As Will prepares their wedding car, Norman appears at their door. He's desperate to find Joy and suspects he might be with Rose. Rose overhears their conversation from inside the house and immediately knows she has to help. Even though Joy isn't with her, Rose has a good idea where he might be hiding. She and Norman rush to the remote farmhouse where she and Joy had spent so many intimate moments together. They find Joy there, completely drunk and barely conscious. They splash cold water on his face to sober him up, and when Joy regains consciousness, he's angry and belligerent. He lashes out at Norman, screaming that his father never had time for him before, and questioning why he's suddenly worried now. Norman struggles to calm his son down, but eventually manages to get him home. Somehow, they get Joy to his exam just in time. As he sits down to take the test that will determine his future, Rose stands at the altar marrying Will. Joy finally understands the truth. He and Rose could never have a real future together. Their age gap and different life stages make their love impossible, but the lessons he learned about passion and heartbreak will stay with him forever. In the end, Joy moves on with his life. Rose finds peace in her marriage to Will. Both of them are changed by their brief but intense love affair. Sometimes the most powerful connections happen between unlikely people, even when they can't last.